Ain't you through yet?
Hold still. I'm gonna cut your ear off.
It don't have to be such a perfect job, you know.
It won't be. I thought you were supposed to get a professional haircut from old Zeke.
I forgot.
You didn't forget. It's too cheap to spend a dime.
You know me. Ow!
I told you to hold still.
Well, it's enough.
One side's still longer than the other.
It's the best haircut I've ever had in my life. Does that make you happy?
Val, you want to keep on being sheriff, don't you?
Not if it means wearing fancy clothes and kowtowing to fancy people and getting my hair pulled, no.
Once you get reappointed, you can go back to being the biggest slob in town. I don't care. Cattlemen Association want to see you looking like a respectable member of the community. Don't ask me why.
Don't I? You got me all dressed up in your brother's vest and shirt.
Yeah, for once in your life, you look fine, Val. Now, will you sit down and let me finish you up? Come on.
Don't whack when I'm sipping.
Sheriff, they're robbing my store.
They're robbing my store. Anybody here know who he is?
Oh, never mind him. Help me gather up my money, will you?
Didn't get away with anything, did he?
Thanks to you, they didn't. Now, wait a minute. Back up, folks. Back up. Back up a minute. Back up just a minute now. That's my money laying around here, and I don't want nobody to touch it.
I thought I told you it wasn't a good idea to keep this much money around the store.
Where'd you get off telling me anything? I'm the mayor of this town.
If they make a jackass the king of the jungle, that don't mean he ain't a jackass.
Are you calling me a jackass?
If the shoe fits, wear it.
Oh, come on, Val. Let's go.
Well, don't stand there gawking. Somebody get the undertaker. Look out.
Mayor. Excuse me, Your Honor, but I couldn't help overhearing your conversation with the sheriff.
Who are you?
My name's Crisswell, Clay Crisswell. I just moved here, Fair City, from San Diego.
Oh, yeah. You bought Banker Roberts' house just outside of town.
My news travels fast around here.
Well, we don't believe in letting grass grow under our boots. I'll guarantee you that.
Tell me, Your Honor, how do you permit the sheriff, who's obviously subordinate to you, to speak to you like that? I mean, so disrespectfully.
Oh. You noticed that, did you?
Well, if you'll forgive my saying so, it was disgraceful.
Well, you see, the trouble is, although he is subordinate to me, I don't appoint him. That's up to the Cattlemen's Association.
But surely you have a lot to say about who gets appointed.
Oh, naturally, but you see, well, nobody else around here wants to be sheriff.
I told him before not to keep that much money laying around the store. It serves him right.
What difference does it make? It was there and you saved it for him. I don't know, Val. Every time you turn around, you're getting people mad at you.
Yeah, I know.
Well, if you know, why don't you try doing something about it? You know what's going to happen? You're going to find yourself right out of a job.
He can't take my job.
I know he can't, but the cattlemen can. You know, most of them don't know you except by reputation. And, don't ask me why, but first impressions do count.
I shouldn't need their help. I've done a good job.
I agree with you. You've done a great job. Come on, we gotta go.
I wonder who those guys were that tried to rob that old skinflint's money. No.
No? What do you mean, no? You gonna turn down your brother?
Yes, I'm gonna turn you down. Let him use his own clothes.
Oh, come on, Scott. They're rags.
Yeah, so are these now.
Look, I told you it wasn't his fault.
Well, whose fault was it?
Well, Mary Higgs' store got robbed, and he was playing around in the dirt. Come on, the cattlemen are waiting to see him. Shirts in here? Don't you have anything a little less elaborate?
You don't like it, don't take it.
What about the pants? Need a coat and a tie? How's this look?
They used to look great.
How about a tie now?
Top drawer.
Which one do you like?
You better take two in case he has a cup of coffee.
Well?
Well, what else do you need?
He's got to change. I need your room.
Oh, well, excuse me. You're welcome.
Yeah, sure.
Well, gentlemen, I think that concludes this month's business. Except for the confirmation of the reappointment of Sheriff Crawford.
I thought he was going to be here this afternoon.
Well, he's supposed to be riding in from Green River with my son, Johnny. So why don't we just relax, have a cup of coffee? I'm sure they'll be along soon.
Now, what kind of a shirt do you call that?
Well, it's a clean shirt.
Well, I don't like the looks of it.
Val, come on now, put it on.
I wouldn't give a man a job wearing a shirt like this.
You're not giving the job, you're trying to keep it. Now, do me a favor, will you? Shave up that beard of yours and do it before you put the shirt on. Now, wait right here. I'm going to go see if the cattlemen are ready to see you.
I can see applying for the governor's job wearing a shirt like this.
Val, just put the shirt on, will you?
You got you working again, Jelly.
Oh, is that you, Sheriff?
Who does it look like?
Well, I can't really say. It sounds awful lot like you, but it sure don't look much like you. How about grabbing that wheel and help put this on here? I'll lift it up for you.
But you kind of ashamed to be asking for help with little old Axel?
What's the matter? You afraid to work up a little honest sweat?
No, I ain't afraid to work up a little honest sweat, and you know it.
Well, the only thing I know is what I see, and what I see is mighty peculiar. Now, come on, you're gonna help me or not? Oh, come on, you're the laziest man I ever met. Come on. Come on. You're gonna break my back.
Oh, shut up, Grimley.
Get it in there.
Oh, there he is. Hello, Johnny. Hey, when did you get in? I didn't hear the horses ride up.
Well, we just rode in. How you doing, Henry?
Fine. Johnny, your father tells me you've got a lot of respect for Sheriff Crawford.
Well, yeah, I do. I know most of you cattlemen don't know Sheriff Crawford, but, well, I think he's one of the best.
Axel grease.
Val?
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say a word. I don't have to.
I told you it wasn't going to work. Getting all decked out fancy for them cattlemen. Why, they're more interested in how I look and what kind of a job I do.
Didn't I tell you they would?
Well, they've seen the real me now, ain't they?
No, because you had all that grease on you. Val, is that all you think you are, is a slob? A slob with dirty clothes and mussed hair?
You gotta put it that way, huh?
I don't put it that way. You put it that way. Look at yourself.
Well, I got something better to do than spend my money on clothes.
Yeah, like what?
Like spending it on a woman.
Oh, come on, Val.
I've got a woman stashed somewhere.
How come you never mentioned it to me before?
Because there's some things that I keep to myself. I don't want everybody knowing my business.
I knew we shouldn't have tried it. It was Clay's idea, something about feeling out the town.
Is that all you ever do is listen to what Clay has to tell you? Since when does he make the decisions in this outfit?
Since I took over, brother. I thought you understood that.
Sure, Clay. I understand. It's just that, when? How long do we have to wait?
Just a couple of more weeks, brother. One last obstacle to be removed.
Well, I'm going over to the livery stable now. Got to feed this horse.
Val, what do you think? You want to have a beer before I head back?
Yeah.
Get a doctor, will you?
I'm lucky I wasn't wearing your brother's good clothes. My leg.
Hey, man. You asked Sarah to cook up some of that soup of hers? Tell us for Sheriff Crawford.
I'm glad Val's gonna be all right, even if I don't give him his haircuts.
What do you have to drink, Mr. Crisswell?
Nothing for me, Your Honor. I'm afraid I'm a teetotaler.
Oh, well, I only drink for medicinal purposes.
There's no need to explain, Your Honor. To each his own, live and let live. That's my motto.
That's a mighty fine motto. What can I do for you, Mr. Crisswell?
Not a thing, Mr. Mayor. I'm just content to settle in and watch this fine community of yours grow and grow.
Do you really think it will?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Town's image needs a little polish, but all of that comes in time. I just want to be able to contribute in any way I can.
You give me hogwash. Now, I said to give me some good whiskey. You get away from me. I said to give me some whiskey and make it quick.
Come on outside and get some air.
Hey, take it easy. Hold it, fellas.
Take it easy, friend. You don't want to hurt anybody, do you? Now, why don't you just take it easy and hand me that gun, huh? Now, let's go on outside. After you.
Here, let me give you a hand there.
What do you hit me with?
A bottle of bad whiskey? Mr. Crisswell took his gun away and put him outside.
Crisswell?
Him.
All right, folks, everything's fine. Roughneck won't be bothering anybody anymore. A man in that condition shouldn't even be allowed in this town. How are you feeling?
Oh, yeah, fine.
Brave thing for you to try to do, but foolhardy. Next time, think twice before you take on a bigger man.
Who's he?
Don't know yet, but I imagine we will soon. He's sure made an impression around here.
I know just the contribution that you can make to this community, Mr. Crisswell. How about becoming temporary sheriff?
Temporary sheriff? Well, that's a vitally important job in a growing town.
Well, I'm glad you understand that.
How long would it be for?
Oh, 3 or 4 days, a week maybe, till Val's up and around.
That's a big honor, but I don't even carry a gun.
Mr. Crisswell, from what we just saw, I'd say that you pack more iron in your eyes than most men do in holsters.
Well, I'm flattered, but wouldn't the Cattlemen's Association have to approve?
Oh, don't worry about them. They might even make you permanent sheriff.
Believe me, I am not after your unfortunate sheriff's job. But when you ask me to fill in while he's absent, I don't see how any public-spirited citizen can refuse.
What are you smiling about, Zeke? Val, you're gonna kill yourself. What are you doing on your leg?
All right.
Look what I brought you here. Little beef jerky.
Thanks.
I wish you'd come back to the ranch with me. You'd be a lot more comfortable there.
I'm doing just fine right here. I'm in just as well here.
You're just stubborn.
Oh, that makes two of us, buddy. Why don't you go on home, quit wasting your day
Because I'm
around
gonna
here?
make some coffee. Go with that beef jerky. The way I make it, it'll last a week. Where's your coffee pot?
Use the frying pan.
I saw Zeke in town. Said he's gonna come out here and give you a haircut. Free.
Yeah? Well, he must have known you already gave me one.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah? Well, what do you suppose he offered for?
I don't know, maybe he likes you.
Yeah. In my weakened condition, he thinks he's going to convince me to come in that barber shop of his and get a haircut every week.
Why is it so hard for you to think that somebody just might like you, Val?
Are they supposed to?
I guess not.
I guess that means I ain't gonna be getting paid now that I'm laid up.
Yeah, I know what you're worried about. You're worried about that gal you got stashed away, aren't you?
Well, it's cost money.
Where is she?
Well, I ain't gonna tell you. I told you I wasn't gonna tell you my business.
I mean, you know, you could use a girl. Be here now. You got a bad leg. She could be in here. Look at this place. It's a mess. You need a woman around.
Maybe she fusses around too much.
Well, I tell you, they all fuss around too much. You got to learn to live with them. That's all. You know that. Hey, Val, there's a bunch of Indians out here. Come on, get inside there.
Hey! I told you to wait outside. What are you doing?
Come on, let me have that. Let me have this. Whoa!
What's going on here?
Kids, friends of yours?
How?
Which one of you said how?
I did.
I might have known. How many times I gotta tell you it's not how, it's howdy. Howdy. How is Indian talk?
We are Indians.
Forget it. Forget you're an Indian. That's why your daddy got in so much trouble, because he's an Indian.
My father got into trouble because he was bad, not because he was an Indian.
Don't argue with me, you little red devil. Where's your blankets?
I got it. Mother says 4 blankets a month from now on. Mother says you don't pay enough money for 5 blankets. Mother says you're a thief.
What? You tell your mama she's a thief. We made a deal. I stick to my end of it.
The deal's off. From now on, we're going to sell blankets direct to rich Yankees, like you do. Where does the rich Yankee live?
I ain't gonna tell you.
Then give us our money.
Go over there and get it out from under the pillow. Lone Crow's kids. Okay, give one to everybody. Well,
You want 5 blankets next month?
well, that's our deal. I stick to my deal.
It'll cost more.
I'll tell you what I'll do. You boys come over here and chop wood for me in a couple of days next week. I got a sore leg. I'll see if I can't find some money for you somewhere in a cow track.
It's a deal. You drive a hard bargain, Sheriff. You're the meanest white man alive.
And don't you ever forget it. Now, go on, get out of here. Take that home to your mama. Hey, leave those blankets.
wanted to be an Indian? How? D. Oh, well. You know, I didn't know old Lone Crow had himself a family.
Well, neither did I till I had to shoot him.
That's why you buy the blankets, huh?
Somebody has to. Or else I'm going to end up with 5 more little Lone Crows on our hands.
Yeah. What do you do with them?
You do have to know everything, don't you? I sent them to an orphanage up in San Francisco.
Oh, and they think you sell them to rich Yankees, right?
Well, it's not right for them to be grateful to the man who killed their father, now is it?
No, I guess not. Ah, that's the woman you got stashed away. Lone Crow's widow.
What if it is?
Ah, you're in love with her.
And you're loco. Why, she's 300 pounds, the fattest, meanest squaw you've ever seen in your life. Whew. The only reason Lone Crow married her is because he was afraid of her. He married her in love with her.
I expect anything from you. How are you going to support her? I mean, you got no money coming in now.
You know anybody who wants to buy 5 overpriced Indian blankets?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm?
Well, I could use a couple, Murdoch could use a couple, and Scott could use a couple.
How would you like to share 2 steaming cups of frying pan coffee with me?
It's the best offer I've had all day.
Never seen the day that I couldn't handle a couple of sacks of flour. All right, bang, 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 bang. You're dead. All right, anybody else want to try me now? Careful there.
All right, come on, get up. Well, fellas, I have to tell you something. I never met a man yet who mounted to anything who couldn't handle trouble with his bare fists. Now, if any of you boys believe that, I'll make you my special junior deputies. So now throw those guns at me, huh? Made that one yourself, huh? Well, that's all right, son. Don't worry about it. You think about it, huh?
Congratulations. I admired the way you handled those youngsters out there.
Oh, thank you. If only it were that easy to disarm the adults.
But surely that's not your aim.
Why not? It's the adults' guns that shoot real bullets, do the real damage.
Yeah, I guess you have a point there.
Of course, I realize that I'm only filling in for your able Sheriff Crawford until he's ready to resume his duties. But during my hopefully short tenure, I hope to be able to convince the people of this good town to accept rather unorthodox methods of law enforcement. I'm convinced that they will usher in an unprecedented era of peace and goodwill.
Well, I hope you're right. My name is Murdoch Lancer. I'm a member of the Cattlemen's Association. If there's anything I can do to help, don't hesitate to give me a call.
Well, thank you very much. I won't. Hello, Brother Russ.
Carlos just rode in. The wagon left Frisco last night. Be here Thursday.
Right on schedule.
You sure all this is going to work?
Sure as the rain in November. Lancer kid might give us a little trouble. I can handle him. 5 more days, we'll have this town picked as clean as a newborn babe.
How's it going, Zeke?
All right, Johnny.
Oh, how about a beer, Mac?
You're wearing your gun, Lancer. Can't you read?
Oh, you son of a gun. Yeah, I can read, but those orders are illegal.
Apparently you don't know the meaning of the word illegal. When the mayor decrees that it's against the law to wear your gun in the saloon, that is illegal.
Crisswell? You got the mayor eating right out of your hand, don't you?
I won't debate the point, but I will put you in jail if I ever again find you in here with a gun.
What are you trying to prove?
I want this community to come of age. There's a new day coming. I wouldn't want to be the one standing in the way.
$0.25? What happened to the dime haircut?
Oh, it's gone, Johnny, gone. It's a thing of the past. Just like the penny beer and the wild Indian and the loaded shotguns we used to keep over the bar.
What'd you do with them?
Oh, Sheriff Crisswell's got him over his office now, just in case we ever have to form up a posse. Not that it's likely.
Who do you think's gonna pay 25 cents for a haircut?
Sheriff Crisswell, for one. He who gave me the idea to upgrade my establishment.
Well, that figures.
He's done an awful lot for this town, Johnny.
Zeke, come here. Look, either you go back to giving the regular dime haircut, or I'm going to Barber in Spanish Wells.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do, Johnny. Since you're a steady customer and all, I'll charge you. Providing you don't tell nobody.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't like deals. You're getting to be like Crisswell. Here you go, Mac.
Oh, I think it's a fine idea. If we're ever to become a civilized nation, we're going to have to stop carrying guns and taking the law into our own hands.
We're not ready for that.
Well, some people might say, how do we know until we've tried?
You can bet those gangs of outlaws aren't going to be giving up their guns. Green River's no Kansas City, no matter what Crisswell says. Throwing a lot of guns in a barrel ain't going to make a town peaceful. How many was that?
9. Well, Green River's had its share of violence. You can't blame the people for hoping that it might be over. I don't want that.
Go ahead.
Speaking of law and order, how's Val doing?
Oh, he's all right. Gotta be back on the job in about a week or so. Crisswell doesn't own the town by then. Maybe it's about time we reminded them they still got good old-fashioned law and order.
All right. Here, how's this?
Now, what's wrong with that?
It's terrible. That's what's wrong with it. I can't go.
Val, it doesn't make any difference. I got a buckboard outside. All you have to do is sit in it.
I can't walk. I ain't going.
Come on, get off your feet. Come on, sit down. Look, there's no telling what the people are liable to think if you don't show your face around. You know what I mean?
That's the wrong boot.
Here, come on, put your foot up here. Come on, smile.
I never smiled when I was in one piece. I ain't gonna start now.
Well, then, try waving to him.
Do it.
Mr. Lancer, Sheriff Crisswell asked to see you.
Well, you tell him I'm out here.
Well, it's kind of private. Well, he want to talk to you inside.
Ah, go ahead. Don't take too long. My jaw's beginning to ache.
Check my gun? I got my haircut, Zeke.
Where'd you get it, Johnny?
Barber in Spanish Wells.
It's terrible.
Better than paying a quarter.
glad to see that you're obeying the law.
I wouldn't want to cause you any extra work.
Yes, well, I'd offer you a drink, except that I don't go for that sort of thing.
That sounds like you.
Coffee?
Just get to the point.
Well, the point is that I don't think we have any real differences.
What's this all about? Drop that rope. What do you two have to say for yourself?
Oh, Sheriff, we didn't mean no harm.
This is a law-abiding community. We will not tolerate the likes of you. Now, both of you, move on.
That was wonderful. And you did it all without guns. Mr. Crisswell, you're the best sheriff this town ever had.
Had a feeling we were going to get a speech. You hurt?
Not where it shows.
I'm sorry this had to happen, Val.
Don't worry about it. You know me, I can't stay out of nothing, thanks.
Everything works real easy for you, doesn't it?
It's all right. I can handle it. I try.
Well, then you try answering me this. Why did you bring me in here to talk?
That is no longer important. What is important is that you're under arrest.
For what?
For violating the mayor's ordinance against carrying a gun into the saloon. It's time you gun-crazy kids realize there's no place for you in Green River.
Crisswell, I wonder what would happen if someone stood up to you the minute you opened your big, fat mouth.
Would you like to find out?
Oh, boy, would I?
You'd oblige me even more if we went to my office, where no private property would be damaged.
Anything you say. Let's go.
You had enough, Lancer?
I guess he's not so tough without a gun in his hand, huh?
You want us to help carry him to a cell?
Oh, I think he's learned his lesson. Just throw some water on him and send him on his way.
Hey, one of you boys give me a hand there.
Thank you, Zeke.
Everything. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
It's a pleasure, Mr. Crisswell.
I'll fix some more compresses.
Okay, I still don't know what hit me.
I felt that way once when I was kicked by a mule.
Crisswell's no mule. He's more like a fox. He tricked me into having that fight in his office, and I fell for it.
Yeah, he sure did. More ways than one.
I have a feeling somebody was laying in wait for me in that office.
You say the whole town of Green River saw the fight?
No, not the fight. The aftermath. The fight was over before the townspeople even got there. I think the fight was over before Crisswell even got there.
You see anybody else in the office?
No, not a thing.
The two men that caused the trouble, they ride directly out of town?
As far as I know.
Crisswell seems awfully good at handling strange gunmen.
Yeah, boy, all he does is snap his fingers. They turn into choir boys.
Val never had it that easy.
Murdoch, when it's that easy, I smell a rat.
Yeah? I'm beginning to get the whiff of one myself.
Just a minute. Come on in. Oh.
Evening, Sheriff Crawford.
Mr. Crisswell, well, come on in.
Just wanted to see how you were getting along.
Fine. Had a little setback this afternoon, but I'm going to be back to work pretty soon now.
Oh, that's wonderful. Do you have any idea when?
What's the matter? You getting tired of the sheriff's job? They're mistreating you? Oh, a couple of days, maybe. What's that you carrying around there?
Well, the ladies of the Green River Social Society baked you an apple pie.
The ladies of the Green River Social Society? Who's that?
Well, something I organized. Wait till I cut you a piece of this pie. I believe that the good women of this town should be engaged in socially productive work.
Well, I wouldn't know about that, but it looks like they make good pie.
Yes. Now, did you say that you were going to try to get back to work by tomorrow?
I'm going to try.
You know, if I were you, I wouldn't.
Why's that?
This whole town feels that you're not dignified enough. They're all laughing at you behind your back. They think that you're some kind of a clown.
That don't bother me one way or another. Maybe I use that to my advantage.
Even Johnny Lancer?
What's that?
He calls that getaway money.
Getaway money? What do you mean, getaway money?
He says that you're worth it. He and his brother have had a lot of laughs at your expense. Now, they're very sorry that it had to end this way, but they're afraid it's gone too far. They think maybe you ought to leave.
I don't believe that for a minute.
I'm afraid it's true. Well, I'd better be on my way. I'm sorry I had to be the one to tell you this.
It's all right.
Jelly. Yeah, right with you.
I want to talk to you now.
All right. Hey, well, I didn't think I'd see you in the saddle for another couple of days.
I'll drop that off for Johnny.
What's all this?
Tell him thanks. Glad I gave him a few laughs. But I think I can make it on my own now.
But who's going to be watching after the town?
Oh, they made a choice. They got Crisswell. Let him look after the gold shipment.
Gold?
Forget it, Jelly. Forget it.
Val!
He left these for you.
You see anything else?
No, just something about Crisswell and some gold. I couldn't figure it out.
Hey! Hold it. What's going on here? Where's Sheriff Crawford? Where's Sheriff Crawford?
You send him away.
What do you mean I sent him away?
Now you gotta buy all our blankets.
Look, I'm sorry if Val is gone, but...
We're not sorry. We like Sheriff Crisswell. We're his special deputies. We find out things for him. He teaches us things. How to salute the flag, and how to recite the Pledge of Allegiance, the name of the governor, and lots of other useful things. Our mother says if we listen to Sheriff Crisswell, we won't grow up to be bad. Like our father, or you and Sheriff Crawford.
Well, I don't see Crisswell buying up all your Indian blankets.
It doesn't matter. He's the finest white man alive. He's our big white father.
Well, then why don't you just go on into town and help your big white father?
Because he doesn't need us. He's got his own deputies now.
What do you mean his own deputies?
Big, strong, lots of guns to help out at bank.
I'm gonna take a ride into town.
I'll round up some of the boys and meet you there. And Johnny, don't try taking on anything all by yourself.
Talk about your growing towns. We got so much gold here, we got to send some to Frisco.
This is a secure and a civilized community. There's no need for guns. They're right there.
Right as rain.
So why don't you go down to the saloon and have a beer on Green River?
Go ahead, man. We'll let you know when we're loaded.
Maybe you didn't hear the mayor. That's an order.
Now, don't forget to check your guns.
Do you want me to take him?
No, I'll do it.
When I took this job, I threw 17 rounds in the kitty. I'm taking them back. This town owes me something. You want to count them?
What's going on around here?
You ought to know. You had all the laughs.
Who told you that?
Crisswell.
Of course.
At least he had the guts to come right out and say it.
Now, what else did he say?
Oh, just about being fired and some getaway money. I didn't take it. Did you get it back?
That wasn't my money. You believe me? It wasn't my money. Where's Crisswell?
I don't know. I don't care.
Guns! Gotta get guns! Locked. Keys. Where are the keys? Where are the keys?
What's the matter with you?
Val! Val, get out there! Do your job!
It ain't my job no more.
Oh, Johnny, we need your
Relax. Now, what's going on out there?
Crisswell's taken over. He's only got 4 men out there, but we ain't got a gun to fight back.
The gold shipment, that's what he's after.
All our money. Everything we've got, everything we're building.
Well, let's go.
Ain't my job no more, Johnny.
Crisswell was lying to you. Don't you see that?
Yeah, I guess so. But they made their choice before.
Well, we were wrong, but that's past. We'll pay anything you want, Val.
Too late, that's it.
What else can we give you?
You could have started with a little respect. I guess it's easier for you to give money. Val, you listen to me.
What makes you so anxious to help this town?
Because I don't want Crisswell to get away with it, that's all.
You can't go up against 5 guns.
I'm gonna try.
Johnny! You think I'm gonna help because I'm your friend, you're wrong.
Drop it. Drop it. On time. Stay with him.
Please, you can't do this to me. You can't.
We're doing it. Let's just say we're removing the threat of inflation from your growing community. So why don't you sit down and behave yourself, chubby?
I want you to know I ain't doing this for the town.
Yeah, sure.
I just want to see if Crisswell gets dirty.
I got you.
That's the last of it, boss.
Go get Russ.
Whoops.
All right, hold it! Ha! Ha!
afternoon, Mr. Crisswell. Thanks a lot for helping out.
What do you mean? You did all the work.
Oh, I mean before. You know what I mean. See, he does get dirty because he bathes.
Sheriff Crawford, don't you think you better take this man in?
Yes, sir. Hey, Walter, Sam.
Man without a gun.
Get a hold of him.
I got a feeling we're going to see a new Val Crawford from now on.
I was just getting used to the old one.
I suppose it doesn't do any harm for a man to redo himself every now and then.
Speaking of redoing themselves, you know, we gotta add a little color to that living room of ours. It's getting kind of drab.
Color? What'd you have in mind?
Well, have you ever thought about Indian blankets?
Indian blankets?